to feature in Goal Rush, including Frank Lampard's return to the Premier League and return to Chelsea in that interim role. He's at Molineux away at Wolves, and some massive games at the bottom as well, including Leicester second from bottom at home to Bournemouth third from bottom. Leicester, of course, looking for a new manager. Some reports emanating today that they have their eyes on the former Leeds manager, Jesse Marsch. The Saturday rounds off with Manchester City's trip to Southampton. They are looking to cut the gap to 5 points, and two very important games to bring you on Sunday as well, including the leaders Arsenal at Anfield to take on Liverpool. And as I say, hopefully by that stage, Manchester City will be hoping that that gap is reduced at the top. Manchester United have gone into third. Newcastle, because of their better goal difference, will go back there if they win at Brentford this afternoon. But at the moment, United played 29, 56 points, 6 clear of Spurs. And remember, 5th place Spurs play 6th place Brighton this afternoon in Goal Rush. Everton remain 16th, but remain out of the drop zone on goal difference alone. And if there's a positive result for Bournemouth at Leicester, then Everton and Forest will certainly be slipping and looking over their shoulders. Forest, remember, play this afternoon at Aston Villa.
Eric, lots of good things we saw out there today, and a brilliant first half, but I suppose you're just happy to finish the job.
Yeah, we have to be more clinical, clear, more ruthless, box off the opponent. I think this game has to be already finished by half-time. We didn't, but as you say, it was a brilliant performance, and that's very good if you play 3 games in 6 days, and then you can deliver this. So there's a big compliment to the team.
That first half was the most shots that has been seen in the Premier League in any half, which is quite special, 21.
Yeah, I think we played very good. I think in and out of possession. So big compliment to the team performance. And when many players on the pitch, they played in a high level.
And Mctominay scored the goal, as he's been doing for Scotland. He's a player who always gives 100%.
He's a great player, great personality. So happy I have him in my squad. So give always energy, never giving up. So yeah, it's great.
And when you want to kill the game and get that second goal, it's handy to have unitedmanchester on the pitch.
Yeah, I think once again players who are coming from the bench with us having an impact, scoring goals, but also contribute in other departments of the team. But scoring goals, and we have many subs came on in this season so far who have an impact, score goals. We
talked about Bruno's position deeper in midfield before the match, but he was pulling the strings today, wasn't he?
No, I think he was brilliant, but I think he's already playing brilliant over many games in the deeper role. Not everyone is recognizing, but also even last week in Newcastle, he was playing very well. This week against Brentford, he was really well. And today, brilliant game. But I said he was definitely one of the best players, maybe the best player on the pitch. But I think we had more. We're in a quite high level.
Marcus, he's right about his score.
Skipper and the scorer in that first half. Blistering stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great football from ourselves. We were disappointed only to go in 1-0, to be honest. The game should have been gone. The lads started on the front foot, aggressive. We created chance after chance after chance, and I think if the score was 3-4-5, no one would have any arguments. So we're disappointed to go in at 1-0. We knew the second half would be a little bit different, but I felt like we controlled the game really well. We got a comfortable 2-0 win in the end, and now we focus on the next.
I think it's actually the most chances created and most shots game this season.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me, to be honest. We was on the front foot, we was aggressive. We obviously had a game plan, we got in behind them a lot of times, and I felt like our counter press and our rest defence was really good and really strong, and we didn't let them out the half, and that's the aim at Old Trafford, and that's the aim every game we play. And obviously we've done it better today than we have done in some previous games, but we're working, we're improving, and that's the aim.
But he hadn't scored until this gentleman.
Obviously it's nice to score, like Harry said. We could have scored 3 or 4 in the first half, like you say, with the chances and stuff like that. We have to be more clinical, I'm sure that's what the manager will say and stuff like that. But I thought after Wednesday night and the reaction that we showed after the game against Newcastle, it was a good win. Coming up.
Were you surprised about the freedom you had, particularly in that first half?
No, not particularly, no. Obviously we're high energy and we wanted to come on the front foot and really press them and get on the front foot and create chances, and that was what we did. It was just a matter of scoring goals and obviously killing the game off in the second half.
Well, he did get the goal. They had to wait 36 minutes, which is still incredible to say, the way that first 36 minutes went.
It was really...
Only by 1-0. We'll come to all the chances in a moment. They had to wait 36 minutes, Peter. But Scott McTominay's first Premier League goal after 16 months without one is finally the difference for your former
He's in
club.
good goal-scoring form. He scored 2 for Scotland, or 4 for Scotland in the international. But the thing is, you know, Everton, they're very, very narrow. They leave so much space for Man United players. You see Van Bissaka gets a lot of space to give. But then you get into this situation. You see how narrow they are and how many players are around the ball. This is Marcus Rashford trying to get through. You know, we're counting 7 players there. There's no way through, but Marcus continues. Scott McTominay is quite involved in this. You look at him here, and it takes a really good pass from Sancho to find a very, very good run for Man United to break the deadlock. It was coming, but it was not in the way that we thought it was going to happen, because they had so many one-on-ones playing over the top, and it actually happened. The deadlock was broken in a situation where Everton was actually quite well organised.
We'll come to the one-on-ones in a moment, but for miss of the first half, there's only one candidate. Unfortunately, Aaron Wan-Bissaka's only scored twice in his career and 194 goals. Perhaps you can see why.
Yeah, I mean, 1v1 defending, this is your guy. Maybe in the final third, taking these opportunities. Perhaps not. I mean, it comes to the edge of the box. You know, Anthony has a good shot, ricochets off. He does everything right, stays alert, stays alive, has to score. Has to score. Again, this has been a problem. There's been no pressure on the ball from Everton today, but that's the chance. 6 yards out, has to score. It doesn't even hit the target. I mean, there's no need for me to go on about it. He knows, and the rest of the team, and we all know that was a massive miss.
Yeah, let's get to the one-on-ones then, because that ball over the top has caused havoc for Everton in the first half.
It has, and when you play that far up the pitch, it's very important that you keep pressure on the ball all the time, and also that your goalkeeper takes part in playing that far up the pitch. This is far too easy for Man United, just to put one good ball over the top, and you see how deep the goalkeeper is. Yes, he saves the ball, but it's a big, big, big risk to take. So what you want to do is you want to have your goalkeeper up, so that ball there is dealt with by him. He's not doing it. It's great defending that. It's probably fell to the wrong guy a couple of times, but this is not precisely the same situation, but it's similar. They leave far too much space behind, and this is, for me, just a little... It's a great ball, but sloppy finishing. And we ask, where's the goalkeeper on this ball? And so does Sean Dyche. Where is my keeper? He wants the keeper to be out there.
What's the answer?
The answer is he should be so much further forward, maybe 25, 30 yards further forward, not be inside his box. He needs to deal with that. When Bruno gets a ball, he's had a few of those long passes. When he gets a ball, he should see the goalkeeper out there, so he's not going to pick that area to pass the ball into. It's just been far too easy. You know, with Keane and Tarkowski, they're not quick players. Marcus Rashford is a big, quick player. So it's not rocket science to think, you know, if you want to play this high up the pitch, then your goalkeeper needs to come out behind. And he's not been out behind at all.
It's been all Manchester United, apart from one incident.
Yeah.
We talked about Ellis Sims in his big day before the game.
Yeah, really talented player, as we saw him score an equaliser against Chelsea. But he's involved in the build-up here. Nice little cushion, ricochets it off, gets it back, you're facing forward in the penalty area, compose yourself. And I think you see it from this angle here, he doesn't really connect with the ball. I think that's a good first, that second touch is good, but he just doesn't connect with it here. You see he scuffs it. And you don't get these opportunities at Old Trafford. You know, these are very rare, and you have to hit the target, but you have to score. And look, that's the manager's frustration, because that might not come again. That might not come again for this team here today.
He was unable to repeat.
I completely agree. Rashford, you know, unselfish in that moment, just passing it across, who's in the better position. And it's great because we've got a centre-forward scoring for Manchester United now other than Marcus Rashford, but it's timely, given he might be injured now with that potential
Well,
groin.
let's have a look at that. I mean, that is the negative of the day potentially for United, Karen.
Yeah, and look, he knew straight away. You know, it's a great sprint in behind. You see he's trying to bring it down and touch. And he knew straight away, and I think he signalled and said, look, that's it. When you know that as a player, you know, and he's a fast twitch player, so he's so powerful, so quick. So those little tweaks he notices and feels it, and that is the only negative from today. You know, clean sheet, 2-0, going into Europe on Thursday, but that's not something that you want to see as a Manchester United fan.
It's a big negative. So I think it's about a month back, there was another scare with him. He was sprinting out and he kind of carried on. You're thinking, why is he carrying on? We've got all these games going on. And then he was all right. We can hope that this is just, it's fatigue, short-term fatigue. But I have to say, it didn't look like it. And he's a big miss. Really, really big. Okay, the positive is that you got Martial back, you got Eriksen back for the game on Thursday. You got Casemiro available, so you got players that can go in and dominate. But he's hot. He wasn't playing particularly well today. He missed too many chances. But this is a guy who's been scoring goals freely all the way throughout this season, and not having him available in the semi-final of the European Cup, that's a big blow. But we don't know. Let's wait. My fingers are crossed, I'm thinking positive.
You're the eternal optimist, Victor, we like that. 28 goals, of course, in all competitions for Marcus Rashford. He didn't need to score today.